Hi, welcome to another lesson for this course, and in this lesson we are continuing with our project work. So this is project number 2, and with project number 2 we are focusing on designing social media related images. So when we mention social media related images, it could be any of the following. That's an Instagram feed post, an Instagram story, a Facebook post, a YouTube thumbnail, or YouTube cover image, or the Facebook cover image. So I'm going to show you examples of these so that we'll go ahead and build one from scratch. Alright, so I have already created some that I want to show you. Let me show you. This is my YouTube channel, and as you can see, this is the YouTube cover image that I have over here, and I actually designed it in Canva. So let me show it to you. So this is the YouTube cover, or what we call the channel art for YouTube, that I designed. So this is how I designed it in Canva, and this is how it appears on YouTube. So you should be able to design a similar thing if you have a YouTube channel of yourself, or if someone asks you to design a YouTube channel art, then you should be able to design a similar thing, or use this as some sort of inspiration to design your own. All right, the next thing I want to show you, this is an Instagram post that we can equally share to any other platform, social media platform, and this is some form of an image for a hype towards the release of a YouTube video. And as you can see, it is very neatly designed, and the various elements or principles of design that we learned about are all displayed here: spacing, hierarchy, which any other balance, almost every one of them is used in this particular design. So you should be able to replicate something like this. The last thing I'm showing you is this design. So this is a flyer that I made to hype the release of my web design course, and for this particular flyer I was sharing it to Facebook. So as you can see, these are various design elements that I've made use of in Canva. There are a lot of them, and you should be able to replicate this. So I'll add these designs as documents for the course, so you can download them and try replicating them on your own. But for today's lesson, we want to design a Facebook cover page. So let's go to our design site. Then we're going to create a Facebook cover page. So let's search Facebook cover. Okay. All right, so Facebook cover, that's 2050 times 780. So whatever you want to design, if it is not here, then as I taught you in the previous lesson, go to Google and type in Facebook cover size, or whatever you're looking for, that size. Just add size and you get the values from there. So we'll hit on the Facebook cover. All right, so this is what we are going to design, and here are templates for us that we can use. And as I've already taught you earlier, you can go to Google to then search for Facebook cover. This time I not size but cover image design, so that you get samples that you can get inspiration from. I'm doing this from scratch so that you will have a feel of how you go about to do the designs. So let's see, these ones are nice. Let's see this. This is very nice. Okay, so we can be doing a similar thing, especially this is for a page, the person is having a shop, so we can do a similar one. But since we are doing a personal, let me see, public figure, let's try that one. Public figure Facebook cover. So as I've told you, your keywords should be on point to get the right thing. So let's say this particular person creates professional live streams in 5 days. So that is the cover image that we are talking about. Look at this other person's own. Okay, so we can scroll through and look for one for ourselves. if it doesn't appeal to us, then we can get something else. So you see how this is. Okay, let's go back to the previous one. Back, back, back. Okay, I think I like something like this. Let's try designing something similar to this. Okay, so we have a rectangle. You bring in a rectangle to serve the bottom part. So it depends on the brand colors, or yes, it depends on the brand color. So if you are doing it for someone, you have to request for their own colors. If they don't have a color, then you have to make the choice. Then we need a background image for this part. Let's see, the red one. No, it's too red for my liking. I like dark colors. So depending on what you like, so I'll change this back to white. Okay, then we'll need another shape. So let me use this opportunity to show you how to design a custom shape too. By a custom shape, you mean the shape is not already available here. So what you do is you combine one or two of them, or even more of them, to form the particular shape that you are looking for. So let's say we have this here, and we can equally add this. So you see we formed a different shape which doesn't exist, and if you like, you can select both of them by holding on to shift. So you click one, then you hold shift and you click the other, then you group them. All right, after grouping them, you can now decrease it, you can rotate it depending on how you want to position it. So it's all about your own creativity. Okay, all right, then let's see how we can put an image somewhere. So there are a lot of shapes. If you don't like the shapes too, you can use the frames. So there are a lot of frames for your use too. As for frames, you can, that's when you want to place an image in your design, you can use any of the frames, and it will be easier for you to place an image in there. So let's just try this one. Okay, yeah, so let me try putting it in the middle. Okay, so now because I've been doing this over time, I'm always conscious of the design principles. So for instance, I was trying to balance these two, like this element between these two, such that the space down here and the space up here are the same. I won't necessarily need to measure it. By using my eye, I'm able to estimate that they are similar in size. Okay, so now we can bring in images. Let's bring, so let me just bring, you drop it here. Okay, so we are dropping it here. All right, then let's go for my own picture too. Then we drop my picture here, double click on it to bring it down. Okay, so let's bring in text. Then you can choose any of these templates here depending on what you are doing. I think I like this one. So when you click on it, it comes up. So let's say this is for the smart students. Let's say that's the brand we are working for. It's called Smart Students. Then any other information we want. So let's say no, we don't want the italic. I want to maintain this. Let me see, a podcast. I have to delete what is before it. Alright, a podcast show for students in the university. So depending on what you want to be writing, I can as well come and put a logo in here, and maybe some design elements down there. Let's see what we can add instead of the frames. um Cup. Let me see what, no, okay, I want this type of cup. Okay, academic excellence. Okay, then let's bring in our logo. So we can put, oh sorry, we can put our logo somewhere. Okay, so anytime you are placing an element on your design, make sure you have a fair idea why you are placing it there. So for instance, once I'm holding it here, I'm trying to align it to the design up there. Okay, and you see how the guys are showing me, helping me, or I want to align it to this particular one. So depending on which you want to use, make sure at any point in time when you are putting in any element, you have a fair idea why you are putting it there, especially in terms of alignment. So when you look at this, I try to balance it so that it will be in the middle of this design, so you have enough space or an equivalent space. So let's take it up a bit. Okay, so as you can see, it's in the middle now. Yeah, then the side here to the space between these two elements is similar to the space between these two elements, so always be conscious of that. Then maybe I want to put some text in here. Let's use this one. Let's see. Let me say my name, Dr. Ehoneah Obed. The color, I think a yellow color would do for this. Okay, because it's not visible. Let's try a red one. Okay, but people don't like red for names, so should try something else. Okay, if you are not sure which color will match it, you can as well use what you learned in the previous lessons to get the best color to match it. Okay, then you can also add maybe a telephone. So let's search for phone. Okay, or even WhatsApp. So we can WhatsApp you. Let's say you put it here, then you add your WhatsApp line plus 233, let's say 54873. This is not my WhatsApp line. I'm just guessing the number. Alright, so we can change the font here. I don't like how it is placed. Let's use a very simple font, Open Sans, not italic. Then let's carry it down here, reduce the size. So practically this is how we go about when we are doing designs. Okay, at least you have a fair idea by following this. Try also replicating it. That's why I said this session is a walkthrough session, so you have to try doing the exact thing that I'm doing. And as you can see, right, I'm trying to balance this particular icon with the other elements on the same level. Then I'll now bring this one to down and try and balance it with the other elements. Okay, so at least this is a very cool design. that you can use for your cover image if that's what you want to do. Okay, so let me change this. Okay, no, let's duplicate it and I'll try changing it. Let's see. All right, so we have to use a font size that will fit in there. Better still, because the second one is longer than the first one, you can do this. Okay, so I can change this to anything. But that's what I wanted to show you, how to design the cover image. Okay, so I think this is pretty cool. You can do a similar thing and put it on your Facebook account. And so as I've shown you with all the other social media things like the Instagram post, the Instagram story post, all of them, you can just go to Google, then type in maybe Instagram story post, story design. Then you see what others are doing. So let's take for instance this thing. This is what some people are doing. So you can also do a similar one by finding the size. So if it is, let's go back here and you say we want Instagram story. Okay, so you see you have some templates here that you can equally use. See how the very first template we used has been resized to a story one, so we can equally edit this to suit the work that we are going to do. Okay, so in so doing, you can just delete the image and bring in your own image, or go to photos and look for a suitable image and you bring that one. Okay, so assuming you want to talk about fitness, you can equally use this image. All right, then you can adjust it. I mentioned blur somewhere, so let me show you how to blur it. Also, you can blur by using this. You decrease the blur, you increase the blur. Okay, so you can equally do this. Then the colors too, you can play around with the colors, saturation as well. Then contrast, you can play around with all of these and get what you are looking for. If you are okay with what is there, then you stop. All right, okay, so basically we are done with this particular project, and as part of your final assessment I expect you to submit one, at least one social media related post. So it could be as an Instagram post, an Instagram story, a Facebook cover image, a Facebook post, a YouTube cover image, any of them. So you can do as many as you want, and the requirement is you need a minimum of one to submit. All right, so I'll see you in the next lesson.